When will y'all understand modern day slavery does exist today? It's not a racial thing. It's a rich and powerful versus everyone else. All of us are struggling to put food on our table, struggling to keep a roof over our head, put gas in our vehicles. But we insist on getting on here bickering over BS instead of trying to find a way to come together to make things better for one another.
That's facts.
Even if we can't fight against the government, we can at least come together, communities, and try to find a way to protect ourselves. But we got neighbors, black, white, Latino, that don't want to speak to each other because of the hatred that people still carry within themselves. And what's worse than that is, I've seen white neighbors not get along with each other.
Welcome back to Young Black and Wealthy, y'all. What the man is saying is facts. It's really us, and when I say us, I mean the common man, the common American, black, white, and in between, against the elites who want to control us, who want to continue to benefit off our disunity. We need to put all of the BS to the side, all the hatred, all the things that they put in our way to try to keep us divided. We need to throw all of that shit to the side, man, and come together. So, listen, we're going to go a little bit further into this video, but before we go further into the video, I would kindly ask you guys to give us a thumbs up. If you're enjoying this video so far, just hit that like button. It helps us get our content out to more people, and it also helps us to continue to grow our community. Let's get into this thing, y'all. Let's go.
Latinos the same, blacks the same. What is wrong with this world when it gets to the point where hatred is the number one thing that's going around now? And truthfully, none of us will survive over hatred. We got to step up our game and try to figure out a way to where we can actually start surviving in this country, man. And to me, the only way I see it is we have to come together. All this talk of separation or whatnot is not doing anyone any good, because all the talking that's been done over the years hasn't gotten us further. It's pushed us, well, it hasn't gotten us further ahead. It pushed us further behind. The only way we can do this is we got to stop with what we have inside of us, man. I don't know if a situation happened when you're younger or a family thing, whatever the case may be. You got to look at it for what it is. We're all slaves to the rich and powerful. We got to find a way to come together and try to break this shit, man. And at least find some common ground to where we can survive what may be out there in our future.
When you wake up, I've been telling people for the longest time, I say, bro, we living on a big ass plantation. When the American people wake up and realize that we're fighting over the wrong things, we're living on a big ass plantation. Look at what has gone on the last 4 years. The American people have struggled under high inflation, right? We see historical credit card debt. We see repossessions going up. We see foreclosures going up. We see people losing their jobs, people struggling, people just trying to make ends meet, can't buy groceries, have to choose between food and medicine and things of that nature. And what have we seen the powerful do? The elites do. And when I'm talking about these elites, I'm talking about these people in media. I'm talking about the people in government. I'm talking about the people who run these major corporations like Lockheed Martin and Boeing and other companies, Raytheon, who benefit off of war. What have they done? We've seen them send over $200 billion in military aid and other type of aid to Ukraine. While the American people are struggling. We've seen them allow millions, maybe 15 million illegal immigrants come in here while they've neglected the American people for their own agenda and purposes, and made sure that those who came into the country who broke the law had food, clothing, shelter, driver's license, and all manner of other things that the average person needs to survive. They've been charitable to everybody else. We've seen them give money over to other parts of the world, Israel, Taiwan. $billions billions of dollars while the American people are struggling. Your tax dollars. And they're printing money like it's going out of style. And they're mad because you're exposing them on the internet, on TikTok. Look what they're doing. They say, you know what? I heard a guy, he was in the House of Representatives, I think, and he was like, man, they're getting their news from TikTok. You know what I'm saying? We got to put a stop to that. Wait a minute, hold on. So, in other words, you want to control us? And that's what it's all about. They have to divide us, control us, so that they can continue to dominate us, to continue to benefit off of us. Why do the American people work more hours than any other country? And people say, well, the American people are not as productive, blah, 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 fuck all that. We work more hours than anybody else. We're away from home more than anybody else in the world. And it's supposed to be the richest country. And we're still struggling. The American people as a whole, the middle class people, are still struggling. I've even heard somebody say, man, it's better to just be poor because you can get more benefits. It's better to be poor because if you're a middle class person, you're going to struggle. But they use all of this shit. They keep black people focused on race. They keep white people focused on race. They keep white people focused on focused on this one thing: black people are criminals. Black people are animals. They keep black people focused on white people. All white people hate black people. They're all racist. They wake up in the morning to hate you and oppress you. When they're the ones, it's the ones at the top that are oppressing us all, that are keeping us all down. They want to control us all. When I tell people, I tell black people, I've been on my TikTok lives, and I've said, well, the average white person, I believe, wakes up thinking the same thing that the average black person is thinking about. How am I going to put food on the table? How am I going to pay these bills? How am I going to make it? How am I going to pay my college kids tuition this month because things are tight? The average black person is thinking about the same thing. White people understand. When you see me walk down the street, you see another black, it's so many upstanding. They just keep you focused on the news on a small, very, very small demographic of people that are committing crimes. But if you go into the neighborhood in the morning, in the hood, you know what you see? You see black people getting up, going to work, taking their kids to school, doing the best that they can do, striving to keep their families together. You see them get up, going to church on Sundays. They're God-fearing, God-loving people. But they have you thinking that they want to rob you. They want to steal from you. They want to beat you down. Right? And so they all got us focused on, all Arabs are terrorists. All Latinos are illegal immigrants, fresh off the boat. They're trying to take everything that we have. All Asians think they're better than other people. These are the things that they use to keep us divided. And while they're keeping us divided, they're in rooms making the decisions about your lives for the next 20 years. And the decision that they're making about your life is going to benefit them way more than it benefits you. And to be honest with you, in the times that we're living in now with this AI and robotics, it's not going to benefit you at all. So we need to, as Americans, to put the bullshit aside, put the racism aside, because it is racism. There is a such thing as white supremacy, but white supremacy and racism, the average common white person, bro, they ain't thinking about you. They ain't focused on racism. It's the people at the fucking top that are always keeping you focused on it. They're the most racist, the most white supremacist ideologues that you ever want to imagine. And you think it's the common man that's going to work every day with you, that speaks to you, that shakes your hand, that you go, that he might see you on the side of the street. And it's the same thing for white people. The real criminals are up top. And they have the power, they've had the power to use their media to push to push a narrative that black people are ratchet, ignorant, don't want nothing, are criminals, when that's just not the case. That same type of behavior that you see running on the news, that nigga behavior, it exists in every community. It's just highlighted in our community. Because the majority of us, God-fearing, God-loving, people who love this country, many of us have fought for this country, church-going folk, we look out for each other. We call down the street and say, oh, we seen your child out there doing this. I pulled him to the side. I put him in my car, drove him down to your house. Real neighbors. There's some pookies around, but the majority of them ain't pookies. They're real men and women. And so these people, it's us against them. They're already mad at us right now because we've been exposing them on TikTok. Mainly, we've been exposing them all over, but mainly on TikTok. That's why TikTok is being banned. We're exposing them. They don't want to be exposed. We beat the media when they pushed all these narratives during the political season, election season. We beat them because they always get to push the narratives. And the people, content creators like me and other people on TikTok and on YouTube, shout out to all, the people that were out there making sure that people were able to look at both sides, being unbiased, being fair. Shout out to all of y'all. But we beat them, and they're mad about it. And so their main objective is to continue to oppress us all. That's their main objective. And to continue to control us and keep us divided. I've seen some things this year on TikTok, and that's why TikTok is coming down, where white people were standing with black people and black people were standing with white people like I've never seen before. And saying, man, all the bullshit, we're going to put all that bullshit to the side. Let's work together. They don't want that. Because if we ever come together, and it's possible, we can defeat him. We can defeat them. But let me know what y'all think. Jump in that comment section. Tell me what you think, whether you agree or disagree. Love y'all. Thank y'all for the support. But by the way, because I'll be forgetting sometime. If you want to support our channel, the greatest way that you can support our channel is by liking, commenting, and sharing with others. If you're not a part of our family, the Young Black and Wealthy family, you already family, black, white, and in between. Come on, hit that subscribe button and join the community. Love y'all. See y'all in the next video. Don't forget to get a family hug from me. Have a great one.